Yeah, we gonna go ahead and dig right into this.
Yeah, open the door, please.
Y'all not gonna like this one. I'm gonna just tell y'all that out the gate, y'all not finna like this. A lot of ladies gonna have a lot of problems with everything I'm about to say, and I'm okay with that because y'all know when I present things to y'all, y'all know I'm presenting complete facts. So hit this button a few more times. I just want to give y'all some perspective. Your baby daddy don't owe you nothing. Where we at? Where is this individual? All right, boom, here we go. Listen, your baby daddy don't owe you nothing, all right? So I give you a scenario, just a hypothetical situation, right? Man and the woman get together. They have a little fling or a relationship, whatever you want to call it, right? Shalom, Mark, shalom. So a man and a woman get together for whatever reason. Oh, Janae, you knew I was on deck. So a child is conceived from their union, right? For whatever reason, their union doesn't work out. They separate, be it married, be it boyfriend, girlfriend, be it a one-night hookup, whatever the situation may be, y'all separate, right? It becomes, and you get your own household, he got his own household. His responsibility 100% is the child. He don't owe you nothing, okay? A lot of people get this misconception that a man is supposed to help you with everything because the child lives with you. Here's my thing, and I've always held this stance, and I'm going to continue to hold this stance. If you can't afford to be an adult in the world we live in 2021 while having a child, then you don't need the child. That's a form of neglect. And I don't care if you agree with that or disagree with that. Take it up with your bank account, because at the end of the day, me as an adult male in America in 2021, I am responsible for myself and for the offspring that I produce, okay? If you go get you a household, I don't have to give you money towards your rent. I don't live there. If you get a household, I don't have to give you money for your gas and electric. I didn't turn the lights on. If you get a household, if you got a household, I don't have to give you money for groceries. I don't eat there. If you are an adult in 2021 living in America, regardless if this is the land of captivity or not, if you can't afford to take care of you and your responsibilities, your rent is a responsibility that if you don't have kids, you're going to take care of. It's your responsibility, right? Okay, cool. Your gas and electric is your responsibility. If you have a child and that child lives with you, that child becomes your responsibility. Okay, now the father is 100% responsible for that child, just like you are 100% responsible for the child. I don't believe in the 50-50 when it comes to the caring for that child. It is his responsibility to take care of the child. I literally just asked an individual, what do you look at as contributions? What is he contributing to? She said, not bills. She said food. Food is a bill. She said clothes and shoes. She said haircuts. She said sporting expenses, and she said spending money. I said clothes and shoes. If you go in front of a judge and say, I want child support because he need help, I need help with clothes and shoes, the judge is going to... Now, mind you, before anybody gets on here talking sideways, I got custody of my kids, so I've been in court, and I know what the deal is. You go in front of that judge and say, I need money because I need shoes and clothes, the judge going to tell you that's your responsibility. Both of y'all need to get shoes and clothes to keep in y'all own houses. Okay, that's literally what the judge will tell you. So he don't owe you $20 towards a pair of shoes. He don't owe you $5 towards a pair of pants. He don't owe you nothing. Okay, so that's just that. Now, if your child is in uniforms, that's an expense for the child. He should be paying half of whatever them uniforms cost. Absolutely, I agree with that. But if it's just clothes for him to have, no, you can't put that on me. No, that's your responsibility, because when they come here, they got shoes and clothes. So if they ain't got no shoes and clothes and you can't afford to have shoes and clothes at your house, she also said toiletries. Do you know what toiletries are? Toiletries are soap, shampoo, toilet paper. You mean to tell me I gotta give you money to wipe your ass? I gotta give you money to wipe your child's ass in your house. You out your fucking mind. Because your friends come over there, you don't charge them for toilet paper. They wash their hands and you don't charge them $20 for, you don't charge them $2 for a vial of pump soap. Y'all be tripping. But let's continue. Then she says, food. I said food is an expense. Can you not afford to feed your children? If you can't afford to feed your children, then you're not going to feed your children properly. That is also a form of neglect. Give that child to his father. That's how that should go. It's pride. It's pride. It's pride. That's it. In April, the courts, child support was created, right? We got to go to the basics, right? Child support was created to allow the child or the mother to maintain a standard of living for a child that they would have had the father been in the household. So that's why the incomes are compared, and then your payment is based on whatever your income is. Okay, so if the child, but see, that's when it gets tricky. It also takes into account parenting time. So when niggas be complaining about paying all this child support, get your baby more. I'm not going for nothing. I'm not going for nothing less than 50-50. I got residential custody of my oldest two. They live with me. On paper, they live with me. I make the decisions. If I want to move to Nebraska tomorrow, guess what? I can do that because I got the custody, because I don't play no games. 50-50 of the rest. So that's that. Now, if I want to move to Nebraska with the other ones, I have to go to court and I have to amend, or I have to change that custody order, that custody agreement, because obviously it's not going to be 50-50 if I'm in Nebraska and she's here. So that's how that works. But child support is for a child to have the same standard of, as close to the same standard of living if you were still in the household, which is why parenting time is taken into consideration. So when ladies say things like, my baby daddy stopped giving me money because I got a boyfriend that moved in with me. He should. He don't owe you no fucking money. Why would I give you money? If there is an expense for a child, let's take care of that expense. My ex-wife was going crazy about child support because I told her no one time, because she asked me for $30 for grocery, and I said absolutely not. When she said, I know you got it, so why won't you give it? I said, because I don't feed grown men. It had nothing to do with being bitter. It had nothing to do with pride. It has everything to do with logic. There is a grown man who stands up when he takes a piss, living in your house. If you need $30 for groceries, you need to get the fuck away from that nigga. I don't owe you, and I'm not feeding that nigga. I'm not feeding no grown men unless you my brother, or if I invite you over for dinner. Okay, other than that, I ain't doing charity work for your boyfriend. It's not fucking happening. Okay, as a man, you supposed to be the breadwinner anyway. Why is you niggas be comfortable with y'all lady calling their baby daddy, asking them for anything? But let's get back to the comment that was made. She said that man owed her money for spending money. Spending money? I gotta give you money so you can take your baby to Chuck E. Cheese with you and your nigga? Girl, fuck. Pardon me, y'all. I be trying to calm down on my Swahili a little bit, but y'all, these conversations get me hot because I don't owe you these things. I don't owe you food in your household. I don't owe you toiletries. I don't owe you soap and shampoo and paper towels and toilet paper and shit like that. I don't owe you shoes and clothes for the baby. I got shoes and clothes for the baby in my house. I don't have to provide them for you. That's your household. That doesn't make sense for you to even want that. You know what I'm saying? Then the only thing that I agreed with her on was haircuts, because haircuts is always going to pertain to a boy. And I feel like a man's responsibility is to take care of his son's hair. The reason I feel so strongly about that is because a man ain't going to take the responsibility of doing his daughter's hair unless he absolutely is put in a position where he has to. So he's always going to be like, why didn't you do her hair? And that's a bonded thing between a father and son anyway. A father should be either if you can't afford to take your son to the barbershop every 2 weeks to get a $10, $15 haircut, I suggest you get a $10, $15 pair of clippers and get to practicing. Nigga, I'm not gonna hold you. I got my first haircut when I was 22 years old. When was they born? 2009, that would have made me good. Whatever. I was 21, 22 years old. 21. I was 21 when I got my first haircut. It was $20. Nigga, I said, I got to do this every week. I'm cheap. Anybody know me knows I'm extremely economical. I went to Walmart, bought me a pair of clippers, and I start fucking my head up. Terrible haircuts for about 2-3 years. I'm a dog now. You feel me? This is me. I don't go to the barbershop. I'm a dog now. Practice made perfect. Guess what? I spend $20 on clippers probably every 3 years. Listen, I'm good. I spend my haircuts cost pennies, if that. So yeah, what do you think child support? The child support goes towards anything pertaining to the child. So if the child has school uniforms, the child support should pay for the school uniforms, right? If the child has medication that costs money, the child support should go towards the medication for the child. If the child has a sport that he gets into, let's say your child, you got to pay $150 for a pay-to-play fee. Okay, the child support should go towards the pay-to-play. Child support don't go towards your rent. The courts will tell you that. It don't go towards your rent, right? And let me give you the telltale sign that child support does not go towards rent. When a husband and wife are married and they separate and the wife wants alimony, alimony is for her to maintain the same standard of living as if she would if she was still in the household with him. Alimony is for the mother or father, whoever gets the alimony. It's for the adult. Child support is for the child. Everything that goes into taking care of a child outside of the expenses of the child are taken care of by the parent. So daycare fees are associated with the child solely. Your rent has nothing to do with that child because you're going to pay rent whether you got a baby or not. All right? Your gas and electric has nothing to do with that. Y'all don't. 20, it's me you talking to. It's me. I got 5 kids, 20. Y'all not spending that much money. I got 5 kids. I know how much money y'all spending because I spend the same money. I spend the same money, 20. I spend the same money. I've had custody. I've had these children living with me since 2017. So for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been doing this dolo. So I know all about those expenses. Y'all only spend more. What do y'all spend more money on? 20, if you buy your kids a pair of shoes every week, is that the father's responsibility to keep up with you keeping up with the Joneses? We're not talking necessities. And you gonna always have rent because we in America. You gonna always have gas and electric. We in America. Food, you got to eat. You have a child, you got to feed your child. Them is your expense, because when they with me, I gotta spend the same thing. And according to the courts, right? Because that's where y'all run to, not you, 20. I'm just saying, that's where a lot of women run to. They run to courts. Okay, if we go by the court standard, you gotta feed that child on your own. All right. And if you can't afford to feed that child, if you can't afford to raise that child as you need to, then guess what? You need to get custody of that child to the father. That's a hard pill for a lot of y'all to swallow. Doesn't receive child support, has full custody. Okay, then what are you talking about? That's not what we talking about. Jasmine, that's not what we talking about. If a father isn't active, then obviously he's not doing his part. He's not doing his part. He's not taking up his part of the bargain, because if you have an active father, then of course you're not feeding him 100% of the time. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is for active fathers. Now, if you got a nigga that ain't active, take Take that nigga through the ringer. Drag him through the mud. Wring his pockets out. Hold him upside down. Get the change out of it. But go to his house and dig through his couch. Get his change. Run that nigga through the mud. But to make the general statement that a man has to contribute, whether you got a man or not, is an asinine statement. Charlie, I gotta talk about this all the time because people be having people minds be so fucked up. They be having I see it too many times like bruh, I don't owe you for your living expenses. They're your living expenses. Guess what? As much as I laid down with you to make this baby, you laid down with me to get that baby put in you. Okay, so that we split that 50-50. Which is why I don't take nothing less than 50-50. Now these bum ass niggas, y'all fucking with these bum ass niggas that 9 times out of 10 told y'all they was bum ass niggas before y'all let them niggas nut in you. Okay, well that I mean, okay, it don't make it no better that he ain't active, but shit. Run that nigga through the ringer then. But when you got active fathers, I'm an active father. I always been an active father. 100% active. 100% of the time. Now I got either 50-50 or full custody. And I'm still 100% active, period. I'm not giving you $30 to put food in your house. You are insulting me at this point, especially if you got a nigga. You by yourself, you need $30. You might have fell on hard times. I'm a giving person. I would give anybody $30 on their food. You feel me? But if you got a nigga in your house and you got to call me for $30 of groceries, you should shoot that nigga in the fucking face or yourself. Because why is your nigga slacking to the point where he can't feed you? He's a man. Listen, I left Walmart February 2020, right? I hustled up until I got my cleaning company off the ground, which didn't actually start to produce a profit until January of 2021. So for 11 months, I had to hustle to pay my motherfucking bills. And guess what? Nobody helped me with my bills. I didn't ask nobody to help. I didn't reach out to nobody. They my bills. Why would I call somebody for that? They my bills. I'm not calling nobody like, yo, I got my kids over here this week and I'm kind of short on cash. Can you help me? No. I'm a grown ass man. I stand up when I piss. I'm going to feed my kids at all. I'm going to feed my kids at all costs. All costs. And I've been there 100%. Hold on. We exactly in. Who are we exactly in? Let me go back. Let's go back. I don't see this comment that you're exactly in. I don't see it. Somebody reiterate to me what this comment says. I can't find it. Where it's at? I think it depends on how active the dad is. If he's a weekend dad or every other, etc., then the mom will spend more. Absolutely, but that's general math. I mean, that's general math. I mean, if he a weekend daddy, you know, I get it. But does that mean he owe you on your rent? Does that mean he should contribute to your food? Like, nah. That just means that there's more expenses associated with the child. He should contribute to the expenses associated with the child. Now, if you have a healthy co-parenting relationship, then you should be able to ask your baby daddy for help, or the father of your children. I feel like you should be able to ask him for help, and vice versa. Cause a lot of you women ask niggas for things that y'all wouldn't be cool with him asking y'all for. Like you said, spending money. Jasmine, you said spending money was an expense that was associated with the child. All right, cool. When that child come with me, is you gonna give me $50 to take me and my child to go to the zoo? I don't think so. I've literally never heard of it happening. But I swear to God, a woman will up and ask a man in a heartbeat for some money. Can I slide me 50 real quick? Cause I want to take them to the movies and we gonna want popcorn and shit. Why would I give you that? I'm not going. I'm not invited. I'm not paying for it. What? That's like me paying for you to go on a date with a motherfucker. Like, but no, I'm not giving you that. No, take them. Either go to the movies or go take some shit from Walmart, fill up your purse when you go to the movies, and y'all ain't gotta buy that expensive ass movie theater popcorn. That don't even make sense for y'all to even be thinking. Like, these is real live thoughts that people be thinking. Like, bruh, at the end of the day, when it comes to, cause what y'all keep trying to run back to is, what if you don't have an active father? Then he ain't no motherfucking father running through the mud like you supposed to do. Use the system for what it's meant for. The system is meant for niggas that don't do for their kids. And here's another thing. Niggas, I know y'all with me on this, but you gotta do your part. This only applies to niggas that's like me, that do their part. I'm either 50-50, or I'm 100. 3 kids, married, divorced, see 6 sons, but you should not matter. Use it. Man, that don't even make sense. You missed the whole part of the conversation when I said child support is for the child, alimony is for the adult. So if you didn't get alimony, then that money ain't for you. You shouldn't be using that money for you. That's the end of that. That's supposed to go towards child expenses. Child support and alimony. You was married. I'm pretty sure they broke that down to you, the difference between alimony and child support. Alimony, spousal support, child support. There's a reason they're separated, because the spousal support is what goes towards your bills. The alimony is what goes towards your bills and whatever you want to spend it on, because that's for you to maintain the standard of living, as if you were still in the household with that man. Child support is for the child. Child support is for expenses associated with the child. Your rent ain't associated with no child. Your child can't get an apartment in his name, his or her name. Therefore, that expense ain't associated with that child. Y'all gotta think. And niggas, y'all gotta be active in y'all kids' lives. If you ain't no 50-50 ass daddy, then you have nothing to say on this matter. If you get your kids on Friday and drop them off Saturday, this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? If you get your kids every other weekend, this ain't for you. Run them pockets, big dog. Run them pockets. But a nigga like me, who I do a week on, a week off, you better not call me on your motherfucking week asking me for $50 to take the kids no motherfucking where. You better not call me talking about the kids got a hole in their shoes. Why you ain't got no money for them kids, no shoes? So because the support check came on the first, it should go towards the bills that came on the first? That's stupid. And I don't even mean any disrespect, but that's a stupid way of thinking. That's a stupid way of thinking. You feel me? And a lot of these niggas be telling y'all what type of niggas they is. That's not making an excuse for them, but you niggas really be bum ass niggas for real. You niggas really be out here questioning whether it's your baby or not, so you don't do nothing for that child. You deserve to get ran through the ringer because you fucked that. Woo! You laid down and had unprotected intercourse with a woman, and she became pregnant, and you knew that there was a possibility that she could be having intercourse unprotected with other gentlemen, meaning you don't care about your penis, she didn't care about her vagina, and neither one of y'all cared about the possibility of this child. So it's both of y'all's responsibility, especially you, nigga. It's your responsibility to make sure that is or is not your child. I'll let y'all in on my life a little bit. I got 5 kids. Guess what? My youngest son, I had doubts that he was mine. I still was at every appointment because I was told it was mine. I still was there during the delivery. I still was there during the postpartum periods. I was still there raising my child through my doubts. Once my doubts were rectified, guess what? There was nothing nobody could say to me because I was there and I did what I was supposed to do. Period. The next child, same thing. But this time, I'm sure this is mine. I'm there 100%. Every doctor's appointment. There through postpartum. There through getting up in the middle of the night, feeding bottles, changing diapers, doing all that so the mommy can get. Guess what? The baby wasn't mine. And the motherfucker knew it wasn't mine. But guess what? I still was there. After finding out. I'm a different breed of nigga. So some of you niggas got to chill with getting on here applauding your hands. Because some of y'all niggas be knowing who y'all is. Don't agree with me if you ain't handling your motherfucking business as a man. Because everybody around me solid. Shout out to my nigga Kai. Shout out to my nigga Marco. Shout out to my cousin Jarrell. Who else on here? Shout out to all my niggas on here that I ain't about to go through. It's 46 of y'all in here. I'm not about to go through all of y'all and see who's here. But shout out to my niggas that handle their business as men. And that's what we got. We got to start taking more responsibility from the gate, bruh. You got to start taking responsibility from the gate. If you're not willing to take responsibility from the gate, don't even go there, bro. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Pull out a little earlier. Do something. There's too many ways. Listen, don't tell me the pull-out method don't work. Because when I was outside, listen, I ain't had a baby in 8 years. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave you with that. Y'all do with what you will. But for real, man, if you niggas ain't doing what y'all supposed to do, don't chime in on this conversation. Don't agree with it because you not living the life I'm living. Because my nigga, I take losses. I take real life losses. Okay, so a motherfucker can't call my phone and be like, bruh, can I get $30 for groceries? No, absolutely not. You got a household, I got a household. We got 50-50. When they with me, you ain't running me no food stamps. Cause even with 50-50, some of these women be having food stamps and they don't give them to the father. So you already got one up on me, for real. You got what all them hundreds you asking me for in child support. If we doing 50-50, you getting food stamps, you already got them hundreds coming, baby. I don't owe you that. This topic get me going because we got this misconstrued notion of what it is. Listen, bottom line, I'm gonna end it at this point because my phone finna die per usual. But the bottom line is, if a relationship don't work between you and your baby daddy, his only responsibility is to the child. So if y'all move into separate households, your bills are your bills, his bills are his bills, and all he need to worry about is that child. And the only thing he need to help you with is expenses associated with the child. You buying a pair of Jordans every week is not an expense associated with a child. That is an expense associated with your ego. All right? That child having one pair of shoes and they get too small, your responsibility, if you're 50-50, is to go get that child a pair of shoes. Now, at the end of the day, if you don't have it because you just down on hard times and all you can afford to do is pay your necessities, your bills, your rent, gas, and electric, food, and stuff like that, then absolutely holla at good brother. Look, I'm fucked up right now. Can you help me with a pair of shoes? Shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem at all. But you have to stop looking at it as it's a requirement of him to pick up your slack, because that's what a lot of y'all be asking us to do. Pick up your slack and pick up the slack of the nigga that's living with you. Because a lot of y'all leave these relationships, jump into a relationship with a nigga, he gotta move in with you. First of all, that's a fucking problem. Why is he moving in with you? You're a weirdo for even accepting a bum ass nigga like that. I'm a grown ass man with a dick between my legs and I stand up when I'm pissed. I ain't about to move in with my girl. Unless she got a bigger place. Now, she got a big ass, and she in the house, I'm in the apartment, it wouldn't make sense for her to move. But you shouldn't be moving. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. You shouldn't be moving in with nobody you ain't marrying, no way. Y'all being domestic partnerships for 6 years and then get mad because y'all ain't married and y'all separate. Y'all was never gonna be married. That was stupid anyway on both of y'all's behalf. So go ahead and erase that whole my bad. I be trying to work on my language. I get passionate about these things. You know what I'm saying? Because I am an active father 100% all the time. You feel me? So, I get worked up. Your expenses is your expenses. His expenses is his expenses. That child is y'all's expense. All the expenses associated with the child, school uniforms, sporting events, extracurriculars, the upkeep of that child, medical bills, medicines, etc., all that is stuff that needs to be split. But if you want to buy your child Jordans every week, that's not an expense he needs to accrue. If you want to take your child to the movies but your check don't come till tomorrow, it's not an expense he needs to accrue. That's your fault too. You ain't save up $20 to take your child to the movies. Period. And the same goes for niggas. If you not there 100% for your child the way you need to be, you don't need to be complaining when you get hit up for some money. Period. And that's just that on that. Y'all niggas be cool like how y'all be cool. All right, shalom, water.